Welcome to Library Instruction provided by Savery Library. Today we will be learning about APA Style Central. So, APA Style Central is a new database that Savery Library has subscribed to this year, 2018-2019 school year. It's an online educational and writing platform which is designed to help you learn and properly apply the rules of APA style to your research papers. Depending upon who your professor is, what your subject is, whether you will be using APA style, MLA style, Chicago Tribune style, or very rarely Harvard style, you will need to check with your teacher which style you are learning. Today we will be learning APA style. If you do need a different style, please check the other tutorials. So, in order to get to the APA Style Central, you can either go through your My Talladega, which is under the library page, Citations, is APA Style, or the Savery Library website, it's under Citation and Writing Help, APA Style Central. So either way, when you click on it, it will open a new link to APA Style Central. So first, what we are going to look at is Learn. Learn contains quick guides, which are just 2 to 5 minute videos to help you learn the APA style rules quickly. There are also tutorials, much longer, 10 to 30 minutes, which provide in-depth information on writing and publishing. There are self-quizzes that can help you assess your knowledge of APA style, plus sample papers, sample references, tables, and figures to show how those APA style rules are applied. So under Quick Guides, we have quite a few different options: abbreviations, abstract keywords, age, alphabetizing the reference list, and so on. With APA style, it is a very specific style. Your teachers and professors, faculty members will grade off if you do not have your paper written exactly in APA style. The longer tutorials are much more in-depth, so you have analyzing data and drawing your conclusions, confounding variables in their control, and so on. One of the big ones is how to avoid plagiarism and self-plagiarism. This is very important on campus. It's very important on any campus, university, college that you go to. It's a very serious offense, and it could potentially not only can you fail your class, fail your year, you could potentially get kicked out of college. So avoiding plagiarism and self-plagiarism is very, very serious. If you want to know ways to avoid plagiarism and self-plagiarism, on the Savery Library website, we have a portion on how to avoid plagiarism, resources about what plagiarism is and how to avoid it, and tutorials. Going back to APA Style Central, we're going to click on self-quizzes, and you will see that there are quizzes on each item, such as the basics, citing your sources, ethics, plagiarism, and copyright, that you can take. They're not very long, usually 10 to 20 questions. And with each question, even if you get it wrong on the first chance, you get a second chance to take it. And on the third chance, it'll actually tell you the correct answer. So you can choose your options, hit submit. It'll tell you whether you got them right or wrong. Hit try again, you do it again, and then it just shows you the answer, and it tells you the information on why that's the answer. It'll show you sample papers. So you'll be able to click on whichever paper you'd be interested in looking at. It shows you a thumbnail right here, and you'll be able to actually look over the entire paper and how it's organized. It'll even give you details on the paper, okay? Same with sample reference tables and figures. You can click on the item and it'll show you how it is laid out. And it'll even give you a detail with references. If you go to Research up at the top, you can do Discover Tools. You can manage your reference. This is the Research Center. This is extremely important because of the next one, the Writing Center. So with the Writing Center, you can actually begin and end a paper all in APA style with this exact center helping you to ensure that you properly stay within APA style so you will not be graded off. So in order to do that, you'll click Write a New Paper. If you have already done this before, you'll just need an email, username, or a password. If you have not, you'll need to create an account. It's quick and simple. It doesn't ask for a lot of information. And it'll tell you whether either that username is already in the system or so you might have to use a different one. Okay. And so if you don't know if that was you, oops, Talladega, it'll tell you whether your email address is in the system. And so if that happens, you just go back to login up at the top and you enter your information that you believe it is. You could also retrieve your password if you have forgotten your password. So first thing it brings you is the select a template to get started. Almost every single paper you're going to write is just going to be in the bottom right hand corner basic paper. And this is a student assignment. If it happens, if you've graduated Talladega College and you are in the professional world and you want to write a professional manuscript, you have that option too. So it'll actually lead you through it. So you enter the title of your paper. And you'll hit Start Writing. And you'll see on the left-hand side, actually before that, sorry, this box pops up and it lets you know that there is a site help to use the features in case you have other information that I do not cover in this tutorial. So you'll see on the left-hand side, you'll have the title page, which you already entered, but you can always go back to. And you can also put the author, so your information. What affiliation you're with. So I'm with Talladega College, and I'm with Savery Library. And you can hit Save and add another author. And then that way it saves my information to the page. Okay. And you can actually preview what it will look like. So it'll show my title, who I am, what institution I'm from. So if I go to the body, I can type my entire paper. And then I can go to references. So we need to add new reference. I can do a basic search or advanced search. So if I know the author's name, the title, I could put that in here. I just picked up a random book that I happened to be sitting next to me, and it didn't find anything. Okay, so what that means is that I have to go to create a reference. So it depends on what I am referencing. I could be referencing a journal article, a book. If it happens to be a paper presentation or a poster session, if it happens to be a meeting, a book review, a dissertation or thesis, some type of audiovisual media, it will walk you through how to do all these. So I'm going to enter an authored book. The author name is available, so I enter that information. I enter the year of publication within the book, which will always be right after the title page. I'll enter the book title. If this happens to be a book in a volume, or if you happen to have an edition, such as a textbook, if it's an ebook, or if it's in a series, I will then enter the publisher's name. and their location. If I happen to have a URL, I'll enter the URL. I can enter an abstract if I want, and then I click Add to my references. Now you can go to your references and you can see it. And this will always end up in your research center. Okay, so I've started a paper, I end up in my research center. How do I get back to it? I just go to my papers and it automatically saved my paper. I click on it and it'll load that document. So let's say I've written my entire paper. I've added my references. I can check and make sure everything's in order. Make sure it's already preset for the proper font and line spacing. If your professor happens to say you can type in any typeface or any size, you'll be able to change it here, but almost always, 99% of the time, it'll be Times New Roman 12-point font with the page layout being 1-inch margins. So you can go to export. You can email this paper to yourself. You can download it. You can also at the top always preview your paper. So I can see my front page, my back page, and I can also add users. So if I wanted a friend or a coworker to read over my paper and make suggestions, I can add new user and let them collaborate and let them edit my paper for me. So you can download your paper as a Word document or a PDF document and save it to your computer, which will then enable you to upload it to your MyTalladega. Thank you for watching Library Instruction APA Style Central. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you and have a good day.